Welcome back, YouTube. This is MTG Moxman here. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and join us on our journey for nachos and cheese, all things magic, and maybe some toys and games in the background. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're on Hump Day, which is Wednesday, March, 11th today? 11th? Sounds like it's 11th. No, 11th? 10th. 10th! It's no Friday the 13th. Now this yawn? That yawn happens all the time. Don't bear with me. It's because I do these later at night after everything's settled down in my house and all the house stuff is done. Alright, today we're going to talk about, is there too much magic? And I mean in terms of products coming out. We've briefly touched on this a couple of weeks back. But when you start thinking about it, I'm not sure all you guys actually have. We've been talking a lot, me and my friends, people around me, about the whole wallet fatigue, right? So many products coming out, only so much money to come along, and what it was like back in the day. So I remember like one magic product a year, right? I remember Revised for years with no other products. And then it was like, oh, here's, Mirage, or here's Tempest. And you played those for a very long time. It was really cool, right? You played for a long time, you enjoyed it. We didn't really have a lot of tournaments back then, but a lot of table play with your friends and stuff. And as things have ramped up over the years, and the magic machine has pumped out products, and I'm not saying they're bad products, guys. They are good products. But it's how much can we afford? Because when the wallet fatigue comes down, those who watch this channel regularly, I'm a very conscious person about how I spend my money, where I spend my money, and what I spend my money on. I portion certain amounts out for retirement, mortgage payments, stuff for my kid and my family, and other things I put toward magic. Now, magic for me is basically self-defining. I take that money, I buy a product, and I keep it. Okay, so, oh, by the way, I sold, hold on, where is it? Box of Theros will be leaving to go to the United States. And I know you guys were charging tax down there, which is horrible of eBay to do to you guys. Because also I said, I had to charge this guy tax. What the? I'm not a business. I'm just a guy. So this will be coming his way very soon. Now let's look back on this for a second. What I'm telling you is, with that many products coming out, you only have a finite amount of cash. You're not going to put more cash into Magic, chances are, if you're a heavy person going in already, because you've already spent a lot. So what is probably going through your head at that point is, what more can I do, man? I'm already buying a lot of Magic. And you're right, you probably are buying a lot of Magic. And you're feeling pretty tapped out by this point. I know I probably would as well. So, when that's all said and done, and you're not sure what to do, don't do anything. Don't spend a dime. Hold on to it. But some of us can't help ourselves. And we want to buy, I just want to buy a little of everything. Okay? So, and Sanctioned came out. I didn't buy it. I'm sorry, that's not the type of Magic product I buy. I'm generally a core set kind of guy. I'm a little bit nostalgic that way. I'm also a big Fat Pack guy. Now, I preferred the Fat Packs when they had stories, for those of you who watch me fetch about this all the time and complain, because I like the little storybooks that used to come with it, with the listing of all the cards, and I could look things up and just get a little feel for the story. And you can see it. Here, let me lift that up for those who aren't new. I got a few boxes that go back this way, and then at the end, down past the computer screen down there, you'll see there's a bucket load of Magic cards there. I have a few off-site, but most of them are here. But when you look at that, I'm an average Joe, man. I'm not a Rudy at Alpha Investments. I don't have. I do have a Patreon account that has no patrons. I created the account, thinking I was gonna get rich, but I have no patrons, so that's fine. I do this because I like doing it, not because I'm making money doing it. I came to that realization pretty fast. I wasn't gonna make money, so I'm pretty cool in my lot in life, and I'm cool with it. Although I would like to get more subscribers, so that part I'm still hopeful for. But with that many Magic products out there, that many things coming at us. Here, buy War of the Spark. Hey, have some Throne of Eldraine. Hey, man, have some of this core set. Hey, how about you try some Nissa, right? Or anything else. Core 2014, Nyx, whatever. They've ramped it up. But you can only have so much. Because we're not millionaires. We don't make that kind of money. We don't have it, so don't spend it. Don't go into debt to buy something that you think you want. If you can hang on for 5 to 10 years, by the way, that box here as an example, I bought these for $88 at a local store when they were kind of on sale. I sold for $160 minus EV. I'm going to end up with about a 60% profit margin, okay? Minus my original outlay because there's eBay fees and stuff. But it's okay. It's not my normal 100%. Beggars can't be choosers. I've told you, don't get greedy. Right? That's what somebody's willing to pay, and it sat there for like a month and a bit. That's what somebody was willing to pay. So I'm always going to be the cheapest on the web, generally speaking. So I make sure I mark it down. But I couldn't absorb the shipping costs. That just is getting ridiculous. I'd have no profit left. But if you can sit there and wait that out for a very long period of time, 5 to 7 years, you're going to see some profit like that. Now, I'm very small scale. I make a couple thousand a year in profit. Which is not huge in the big terms, like $100 a month kind of is the average. But when you reinvest, like if I took that money and bought 2 new boxes of Magic, I'd be diversing outward, right? The pyramid I've told you guys about. But most of you can't afford to do that, and nor should you. You have bills to pay. There is investments to put into. There's more than just Magic. When you guys look at those kind of items coming at you, define yourself as what you want from Magic. I want to play with some friends, get a standard box. These collector boosters, I love the idea of them. I love the fact they got fancy stuff inside. But here's where I have a problem. They are $300. Okay? I just want you to picture that for a second. $300. That's a lot of money. Originally, you would buy 1 box of Magic, and that's enough to build decks out of it. You get some basic land, you can build whole decks, and just play for fun. That's what Magic's supposed to be, a fun, enjoyable game. Yes, it is collectible, and yes, you're supposed to hoard some cards and do some stuff. That was the original intention of Richard Garfield. I don't think he realized to the extent that things would go, but that was kind of his thought on things, okay? Now, go forward and see where, Black Lotuses are tens of thousands of dollars. I get it. Richard didn't see that. But with this many Magic products coming at you, you can't just be a kid at the candy store and have your eyes wide open and say, I want this, 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 this. Pick one, guys. Right? Even me, I buy 1 case of every new set that's standard coming out. So I've already paid for my box of Ikoria. Okay? But in doing so, I planned it out. I knew where my funds were coming from. I laid out very carefully and save a lot. I don't eat out. I don't do things other people do. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I work a very steady 9-to-5 job type deal. Well, not really 9 to 5, but I work a steady job. And I manage to conserve what little funds I get to put it toward this. In the hopes that I get to enjoy still playing the game. And years down the road, there 25 years from now, some of this might possibly be worth more money. And if not, I'm going to crack everything. Right? But it might be. But for some of you guys who are new at this or younger, and you're just looking at things in a blanket face, saying, oh man, I want to get this so bad. I get you want to get it so bad. So do I. But even I don't go randomly out buying things. I can buy whatever I want, generally speaking. I got a credit card, I got lines of credit, I can do things. I choose not to. Because I know better. Isn't that right, Tristan? You know what I'm talking about. Something you want now, guys, write that card down. As I gave advice to people. You write this card down. Especially if it's a new release card. Wait 6 months, 12 months, and see what it's at. Okay? See where it's at. Chances are when they start getting staled out or they lose a little thing, you might still want that card for fun. You might still want it, but maybe you shouldn't be paying $100, $80, $50, $40. I have cards I go back 4 or 5 years later. I have lists. I keep lists. That way I know. I say, oh, I want more of this card. I don't want to pay for it right now, though. Even like I said, even when I play Arena Online, guys, I do it to deck test out, but I don't have all the lands I need because I don't waste the little free cards getting, let's say, all the shock lands and stuff. I say, this would be 4 shock lands. Just so I can think it out in my head. But it's something to keep in your head, okay, guys? Most people aren't thinking about it that way. But you should be. Because everything has a limit to how you'll do it, okay? Everything. I tell you guys, I know a lot of you guys are still thinking, well, maybe I just want to get this one card, or maybe I just want to get... I get that you want to get that one card. I totally understand the need to get that card. I really do. And I still don't think you should do it unless you have the funds to do it, or you can trade things in. But remember, when you trade in, you're losing value, guaranteed. Like, never think you're coming out ahead in a trade. When you're trading with a store, and they say, oh, we'll give you an extra 25% credit, but they're still marking up higher than that in the store, right? So you're still not getting the value. When you go for a $100 card and they say, oh, we can throw these cards in, you'll get $100. Add those cards up at their store listing price. Then you'll see how freaked out you'll be. Be like, I'm giving away that much value? Yes, so it's not always worth it either. But if you're willing to accept that, you go for it. But please, keep an eye on your wallet, guys. Make sure you've got things covered. Make sure, if you want to get a bigger card. Oh, sorry, guys. That was weird. The furnace, little thing got sucked in. And it was going... It was really weird. Freaked me out for a second. I'm like, what's going on with my furnace? Anyway. You got to keep an eye on these things, guys. And you got to watch your bank book. Put a few bucks aside. I recommend getting Power of 9. I do. I think everyone should have a vintage deck. And maybe if we put enough pressure on them, they might reprint some of these cards in different ways. But you want to get, you want to have vintage cards. Even if you don't get the Power of 9, guys, which you, by the way, can save for. Like, when you picture a card like Kroxa being $100, 30 of these is a Mox. I know that seems scary, but it's not as scary as you think. I'm sure, here, I don't know all these values, okay, so just bear with me. But let's just pretend, that's the dry guy. He's got to be like $5, right? Let's just say $5, $2, $5, $2, right? You start doing that. I don't know, I got some Planeswalkers, that Porcos guy. I'm sure they're $5. I'm sure if I trade all these in, it's probably a big stack. I don't know, it's like 10 Planeswalkers, whatever it is. I'm sure it's a couple $100. You add in with a few other cards, now you're $400 or $500. That's collector edition right there. If you choose to go the vintage route, those are the ways you can do it. And stuff like dual lands are at an all-time low right now. But again, with all the Magic products coming at you, you need to decide which ones you want to go for. If you're looking for individual cards, I suggest waiting. If you want to get some sealed boxes and hold them, or a sealed box to crack with some friends and just have a draft night and have some blast, that is far more affordable with 6 friends than going to the movies. Still, because you're going to be doing a lot more than 2 hours of entertainment, aren't you? Right? If you all put in $30, because popcorn, what's more than $30 now? Probably $40 each. 6 friends, yeah, you can get a box and maybe a couple extra boosters, right? Like, it is what it is, guys, but it's pretty fair for entertainment value-wise. And sometimes, tournaments nowadays, you get them for like $5-10, right? Like, it's pretty reasonable, which I enjoy. And that makes you want to bring more of your friends to Magic. But keeping in mind, when a new product comes out, you don't have to buy a box of it. You can just say, I'm going to buy 2 boosters, 3 boosters. Instead of buying a fat pack, I'm just going to buy 2 packs. Limit yourself until you know what you can afford to do. And don't overdo it, because I don't want to hear anyone later on, hating Magic because they blew all their money on it or something and it didn't work out. Yeah, that's not a good news tale, right? I want people to enjoy it. That's why, if I go to a tournament and I start slaughtering people, I don't take the wins. I played the game long enough that I know what to do in a tournament. A lot of new players don't. You don't want to discourage them. So, you bring your nieces, nephews, buddies, friends, guy, be nice. And don't overdo it. Don't overspend. Keep an eye on your bank book. Please. I know I have an itchy ear. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Shower, whatever. Anyway, hope you guys had a great time listening to my video tonight. Please keep an eye on your items. Remember, bank book, wallet, savings. If you don't have a lot of money, put some money into your RSPs if you're in Canada, or your 401k in the States. Hopefully you get a refund. Use the refund to pay for some Magic, right? Or to pay down debt. And when that debt's gone, work out what that interest of the debt in between would be. So if I paid $20 a month in interest, now that $20 is freed up for you to do whatever you want with, because you were paying it anyway. It's all the little things. It's the way your mind works. And I will highlight that later and how my mind will cycle through stuff, because it will just go and blow you guys out. All right? Remember, let's say shop smart, shop S-smart at the end of this video. See who all watched the video. And I know there's a couple of very loyal people doing it, and I thank you for that. Because every time you guys watch this video fully, or watch it multiple times, remember, you must pause, you must stop watching the video. If you watch it 2-3 times, you watch this video over and over, you gotta stop watching partway through. And then restart it, because then it counts as a new view. And if you can get some friends involved, say, hey man, please tune into this guy. Put on your Facebook pages, man. Get out to your friends. Let's get me to 100 subscribers, people. It'll be awesome. All right, man. Thanks a lot for tuning in. MTG Moxman, I'm out of here. Remember, nachos and cheese are your friend. Magic's your friend. Support your local LGS, or they won't be there anymore. But don't be stupid supporting. Support them in a realistic way. Okay? Don't overspend. All right, guys. Have a great one. See you guys tomorrow.